At the heart of what we're trying to do is we're trying to change the behaviours of individuals and of our communities.
Well, I think the biggest challenge was initially actually explain to people what it was.
So in the early stages of working with IWIYW, and really I was just going as an observer, testing the water, going out and meeting a lot of the women.
You would see people, driving down the street and there'd be a massive banner saying "I will if you will," and maybe it sounds a bit suggestive. What are we actually talking about?
The idea for I Will If You Will came through Sport England, who were interested in piloting and financing sporting activity for women and girls, and Bury was chosen as a pilot for this scheme and for this funding.
I remember the first time I was encouraged to try an actual class with I Will If You Will, and I remember standing outside feeling really nervous because it was Zumba, and I am one of the most uncoordinated people you could ever meet, and I was introduced to the teacher and she was a larger than life, bubbly character, didn't look like your image of a teacher.
Now I think within Bury, the word has spread. Hopefully everybody knows about it. Wherever you go, somebody goes to one of the activities.
The very first start of I Will If You Will concept was very media focused. We had target figures that were attached to the budget. We had to mobilise with the community, engage with the community, businesses within the community, sports and leisure facilities in the community, and our own leisure and civics department to say how can we as providers mobilise that concept.
So the development of I Will If You Will from the early stages has been absolutely fantastic. Throughout the first stage and the second stage we've seen the development of new activities, more trained people in our borough, more businesses setting up in terms of freelance instructors. I think our physical activity market is really strong now and it continues to develop, and we are really proud of that.
We saw I Will If You Will as a really fantastic opportunity for our staff to gain access to programmes, initiatives and expertise that they wouldn't normally have got. Many of our staff work long hours, they work in very intense environments, and there is a huge impact on their emotional well-being. Not many people then feel at the end of a long shift that they've got the time to then go exercise, they maybe eat junk food because it's harder to prepare healthy food. What I Will If You Will gave us was access to a lot of expertise, a lot of different agencies, and really help the staff focus on what they could do to help themselves with a little bit of support.
When the team approached me many months ago and they described the way they operate and the ethos behind it, I thought that it matches well what I had to offer and as an instructor. I am trying to promote Tai Chi and any kind of exercise or fitness class as a way of lifestyle, as a way to have fun and enjoy life. And this is what I particularly like about working with a team.
For me personally, I'm a complete female champion. It's something I believe strongly in, so to be part of an organisation that really wants women to do better in their lives is just such a massive thing for me. Health and fitness, it sounds like something that only the really sporty and the body beautiful are involved in, but actually it changes people's lifestyles, and that's why it's so important for me. It's definitely been a positive partnership. I know that there's people that have joined this gym because of that partnership.
I Will If You Will has changed from phase 1 to phase 2, so we've had more opportunities for people closer to their own home, which has meant that more ladies and more girls have been more active more often, and there's been a noticeable impact on women on the street. We've seen lots of people running, walking, cycling, and they've been taking part in the activities that we've put on a mass scale, such as the Bury 10K.
Having worked so hard for the Bury 10K, to see the endless tweets and Facebook comments with hashtag Bury 10K were absolutely mind-blowing. It was superb. I felt really proud to hear comments that said it was well organised. The communities came out to support our borough, The route was fantastic. It makes me feel really proud.
This September was Berry's first 10k. Meeting up at the Rock, it was obvious that everybody was there to get the best they possibly could out of it. When I saw other people like myself getting the t-shirt and getting the medals, and everybody was smiling and laughing and saying, oh brilliant, and families were there sort of hugging whoever it was that had run, and groups of people, and people loved the medal. The medal was wonderful.
Best thing about being physically active is that you can do more in your life. You can have more energy to do things. You know, like I fill my day up with everything. I mean, I do work a couple of days a week still. I go and look after my grandkids, and I've got more energy to do anything really.
I remember a long time ago working in another college, I went to observe a student carrying out a teaching session in a primary school. And the thing that struck me about it was to see all these young children running around, and every single one of them had a smile on their face. And it just tells you what the intrinsic benefits are of physical activity. And somehow, somewhere, between about 11 and 21, we lose that. And I think to be able to re-engage people in that, for them to see that there are those intrinsic benefits and that it is for them, I think that's the critical thing. I think we get some people who start to believe that sport and physical activity is not for them. It's for everybody, actually.
I think there's a small amount of people who like to go to a gym and lift weights and all that sort of thing, but for the rest of us, there has to be more payoff than just exercise, whether it's social, whether it's having a bit of fun, whether it's having a laugh, releasing that stress of your day. It's got to be more than just sitting in a gym lifting weights, or you're just not going to stick with it.
A friend of mine phoned up and just said there's these boxing classes going on in Radcliffe. So I just went along and enjoyed it from the first and carried on since. It just seems to do all the parts of your body. I feel as if my arms have gone stronger. I can do more than I could before, you know, and I've got more stamina.
I'm proud to be part of this scheme, I'm proud of the branding, and I just think it's a fundamental shift in a concept that can change women and young people's lives. It's exciting, it's fresh, and it's to build a legacy for Bury people going forward that we wouldn't see the like of if we hadn't had that pump priming money from Sports England and that partnership concept.